Hi there. Hello, listener. Ready to feel that chill down your spine? Tonight, the Whispering Attic. An old house. Secrets in the dark. Whispers that know your name. Turn off the lights, if you dare. Here we go. In the quiet town of Eldridge Hollow, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, stood an old Victorian house that had been in Elena's family for generations. Elena, a 32-year-old librarian with a passion for forgotten books, had inherited it from her grandmother just months ago. Her grandmother, Agnes, had passed away peacefully in her sleep at the age of 92, leaving behind a will that specified Elena must live in the house for at least 1 year before selling it. Elena had always loved visiting as a child. The creaking wooden floors, the towering bookshelves in the study, the way sunlight filtered through stained glass windows. But now, moving in alone after a painful divorce, the house felt different. Larger, emptier. The air carried a faint, musty scent, like old paper and damp earth. And at night, the wind howled through the eaves like distant voices. The first few weeks passed uneventfully. Elena unpacked boxes, arranged her books, and settled into a routine. She worked from home most days, cataloging rare volumes for the local library. The house had 3 floors, the ground level with kitchen, living room, and study, the second with bedrooms, and the attic, a spacious room accessible by a narrow pull-down staircase in the hallway ceiling. She avoided the attic at first. Grandmother Agnes had always kept it locked, saying it was full of junk and not worth the dust. But one rainy afternoon, while sorting through keys in the kitchen drawer, Elena found an old brass one-labeled attic. Curiosity won out. She pulled down the stairs, the hinges groaning in protest, and climbed up with a flashlight. The attic was vast, stretching the full length of the house. Dust motes danced in the beam of her light. Old trunks, covered furniture, and stacks of yellowed newspapers filled the space. In one corner stood a large mirror draped in a white sheet, and near the small dormer window, a rocking chair faced outward toward the forest. Elena explored gingerly, coughing from the dust. She found photo albums of relatives she barely remembered, antique dresses moth-eaten with age, and boxes of letters tied with ribbon. Nothing sinister, just relics of a life long past. Satisfied, she descended, locking the door behind her, as if sealing away the past. That night, as Elena lay in bed reading, she heard it for the first time, a faint whispering. It came from above, muffled through the ceiling. At first, she thought it was the wind, or perhaps branches scraping the roof. But the sounds formed patterns, soft, indistinct words, like a conversation just out of reach. She sat up, heart pounding. "Hello," she called, feeling foolish. Silence answered, shaking it off as imagination. She turned off the light and tried to sleep. But the whispers returned in her dreams, fragmented phrases, a woman's voice pleading, "Don't leave me here, alone." The next morning, Elena laughed it off over coffee. Old houses settle, pipes creak, animals scamper in the walls. She had work to do, but throughout the day, while shelving books in the study, she caught herself glancing at the ceiling. By evening, the whispers grew clearer. They started as soon as the sun dipped below the hills. Elena paced the hallway, pressing her ear to the attic door. Yes, definitely from up there. Words now discernible. Elena, come up, see me. Her name. How could that be? Panic rising, she grabbed the key and climbed the stairs again, flashlight in hand. The attic looked unchanged. She shone the light around. No open windows, no signs of intrusion. The rocking chair sat still. The mirror remained covered. "Grandmother?" she whispered, half joking. Nothing. Descending, she locked the door tighter than before. That night, sleep evaded her. The whispers escalated into murmurs, overlapping voices, some pleading, others laughing softly. Elena buried her head under the pillow, but they seeped through. "Join us, it's cold down there. Stay with us." In the morning, exhausted and bleary-eyed, Elena called a handyman from town. Mr. Harlan, a grizzled man in his 60s, arrived promptly. She explained the noises, omitting her name being spoken to avoid sounding unhinged. Harlan inspected the attic thoroughly. No squetters, no verts, nests. Roof sound. Insulation's old, but that's it. Probably just the house breathing, miss. These Victorians talk to themselves. He left with a reassuring nod, but Elena felt no relief. As dusk fell, the whispers resumed, louder, more insistent. Elena, why did you leave her? She waited for you. Her grandmother had died alone in the house. Elena realized with a chill. No one had visited in weeks. Agnes had refused nursing care, insisting on independence. Elena had been in the city, wrapped up in her failing marriage. Guilt gnawed at her. Was this her mind playing tricks? Grief manifesting as auditory hallucinations? She researched online. Old houses, carbon monoxide poisoning, even schizophrenia triggered by stress. But the detector was fine, and she felt sane, mostly. Desperate for distraction, Elena spent the evening in the study, poring over family albums she'd brought down from the attic. Photos of Agnes as a young woman, elegant and smiling. Then older, solitary. One picture caught her eye. Agnes in the attic, standing by the rocking chair, gazing at the covered mirror. On the back, in faded ink, "Do not uncover." She watches. Elena's skin prickled. A family superstition? Or something more? That night, the whispers turned angry. "Uncover it. See what you did, traitor." She couldn't take it. Flashlight in hand, she stormed up the stairs. The attic air felt thicker, colder. She marched to the mirror and yanked off the sheet. Dust billowed. The mirror was antique, ornate frame tarnished with age. Her reflection stared back, pale, wide-eyed, disheveled hair. Then the reflection smiled. Elena did not. Her mirrored self tilted its head, mouthing words Elena couldn't hear. Behind the reflection, the attic looked different. Shadows deeper, shapes moving in the corners. Elena stumbled back. The rocking chair creaked, beginning to sway on its own. From the mirror, a voice, not a whisper, but clear. "I've been waiting, granddaughter. Agnes tried to trap me here, but you came back." Elena's legs weakened. The figure in the mirror stepped closer, pressing a hand against the glass from inside. It looked just like her, but the eyes were wrong. Empty, ancient. "You left her to die alone," the thing said. "Just as you'll leave yourself." The whispers swelled, a chorus now. Family voices, long dead, accusing. Elena fled down the stairs, slamming the attic door. She wedged a chair under the handle, barricading it. Heart racing, she grabbed her phone to call for help, but no signal. The storm outside raged, lightning illuminating the house in stark flashes. Hours passed. The barricade held, but the sounds didn't stop. Scratching at the door, footsteps overhead, pacing. By dawn, exhaustion claimed her. She dozed fitfully on a couch. When she woke, the house was silent. Sunlight streamed in. Relief washed over her, perhaps a nightmare fueled by guilt and isolation. She removed the barricade and cautiously opened the attic door. Stairs up, empty. Climbing slowly, she entered. The sheet lay on the floor. The mirror reflected normally. Her tired face, nothing more. The rocking chair still. Breathing easier, Elena picked up the sheet to recover the mirror. As she draped it, a final whisper, soft and close, in her ear. "Thank you for coming back. Now stay." She spun around. No one, but in the mirror, just before the sheet covered it, her reflection lingered a second longer, smiling. "Don't stayus, Elena bakta but." She would leave, will or no will. Sell the house remotely if needed. As she reached for the front door, the attic stairs creaked open on their own. Whispers filled the house, welcoming. Elena froze, hand on the knob. The door wouldn't budge. She was home now, and that's it. Trapped forever in the whispering attic. Thanks for listening. If you hear something upstairs tonight, don't go check. Sweet dreams. Goodbye.